I want to do a video of my complete solar setup here in Spain and how it is this year. I started off going off-grid, hybrid, last year, and I started with one battery. We had a power cut here in Spain. I'm going to show with this video my solar setup. I've also just repaired the drains here. Yeah, this is a big house I've restored, a chalet, put in new bathrooms, new plumbing, central heating, and I've recently switched over to being completely off-grid. Started off with one battery last March till June, just with one battery. Then I thought I'd get another one, and then I had a few days of bad weather, no power, and I went and got two more, and more solar panels. Recently a friend's passed on to me for a little money as well, two pylon techs which can connect to the U-Power. They're all on the LiFo system, and cleaned the terminals up, vacuumed out all the ports. They'd had a hard life, I think, been outside in the shed or something. Anyway, that's my setup now. So I've got 2.5, that's 10, and four more, 14 kilowatts. Growatt SPF 350. It's really good, can't fault it. The screen hasn't lost its colour or anything, and just works well. I'm not so sure when I've got a lot of power now coming in, because I've just fitted 6 more panels bifacial. It seems to cut off at 3 kilowatts. I'm not sure if there's a limit there. While it's charging, I thought it could go up to 4.5. But you don't want to go over. You want to give it more if there isn't an internal cut off there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to see the panels. There's the new drains I've just done. Walk down the end of the porch. You've been using a lot of this. This is the laws now with cables outside. You've got to have it inside this plastic grey tubing, not trunking. And now we're going to go down. See, it's a big house, isn't it? Love it here though. A bit brutal sometimes, some days in the winter. Windy and fierce storms and rain. I had crashing over the house, right over it. You know, thunder, crash, and lightning nearby. And we had 68 knots of wind. That's about, well over 100 kilometres an hour. Also ordered a staircase, because this area here is spectacular. Is it still filming? Oh yeah, the screen goes off. So I'm up here on the roof now. Had some strong winds this week actually. I got these secured yesterday. I've already got spotlights with solar, so they're really well secured, you see. Couldn't pull that off with all my force. Those are really good. Those industrial tie clips with these plugs, put 3 in, try and hide them behind it for the sun. But, see, I'm not using up a lot of space putting them like this, and I'm using the wall and the ground as its support. They're quite heavy now. Needed help getting them up here. with the lorry that delivered them. But I've done everything myself. We've got extensions from each panel to the next panel. I had to make those. The little plugs, positive, and that's the negative. Well, it's in series, it's going like that. Protected the cables. I finished. That's pretty well done now. With this pipe, I'm going to protect the other cables. Because the wind was coming, I just wanted to get it finished. It's been windy though, the last few days. These have been up 45 knots. And there's the last one here. This is my setup in the summer. So I've got another spotlight there. This is how it started off. I shouldn't skip past this. Before having any electrical solar panels, I had this, and it was how long ago was that? About 20 years ago. A Chinese guy came with a plumber and fitted it for a price. It's been good. What it does is you can do away with immersion heaters, hot water heaters, thermos they're called in Spain. Did all the pipe work here. This place was abandoned when I got it, but it's a good area up here. I put some artificial grass and some plants. Lovely to have a bar. See, with the sunset. This one's even better, but I haven't put any solar panels up there, but I think it's a bit of a risk of getting up there with all the blocks I needed and getting the panels up there. They're pretty heavy now. See, it's windy now. They're not even fluttering. Some panels have been, I'd say, half the weight. These were a lot lighter. This is what I started off with last summer. They're 500. These aren't bifacial. Connected all this up myself. Put them on concrete blocks because I didn't want to perforate the fiberglass I've already put down here. And I had a lot of these blocks, so I was using them up as well. And it goes to 550, and these are 615. These are bifacial. A friend of mine came in the summer, Tim, and he pushed them up. It's made a big difference. And I realised these are bifacial and they're heavier. I realised I'm going to hold out for bifacial ones now. They didn't have any in Leroy Merlin, where I got them in Spain. But I'm quite proud of it. And it's made me realise I've cleaned it all up here, sweeping it. I like to come up here in the morning and you get the sun rising over there. Make a lovely bar terrace, wouldn't it? Some loungers and settees. So I'll put the camera on the chimney here. This is my solar setup here in Spain. I'm really pleased with it. Got this in once the panels were here. It took me about 2 days. I'll be finishing off today with some electrics inside. But I'm pleased with this setup, and I'm also getting reflective light because they're bifacial. So it's hitting the wall and coming back at the panel. That's what you want to try and create a little bit of that. But it would have been better to paint the wall white. I just want to, we just want to get it up. There's wind coming, get the panels up, get them secured, make sure it's all connected. I didn't secure them until I got all the cables right. So I've got a long earth or a negative cable going right down to the end. Goes right along there and down and into the house. And I've got the positives coming off. Each panel goes to the next panel, and the next panel, and the next panel, and at the end get off that. And was been a bit tricky doing it underneath the guttering over there and into the house, but I've done it. So quite pleased with it. This is what it started off with about 15 years ago. These are sharp. They still, I wouldn't take them away. They're still doing well. They get good low light, but they're only 125 watts. This is how it's gone. I saw it as it's really good, but like electric cars, it'll get better. It's going to get better every year. So panels used to be over €1,000, and now there's 75 euros. Bifacial ones, yeah. I had to pay for delivery, but they're good panels. But these are 600 watts. So see, don't put too much into it now, because it's gonna change. What will they be like in 10, 20 years? Can't imagine. Probably be a tiny little square, like that one down there. But it's a good time now, yeah, because I've got so much power now with all these panels. I've got the washing machine on. I've got 2 water heaters, especially when the sun's out and you want power for anything. Washing machine, you've got surplus of it. I don't really want to be connected to the grid, because we did have an apagon or blackout one day. No one knew what was happening, if the whole of Europe had gone down. It was terrible. Well, yeah, you lost communication. There was no phone, no electric, so people's freezers would start to defrost. So it's not nice not knowing what's happening. And then it came on again 24 hours later, a bit longer in some places. But I wanted to be self-sufficient in electric. I was with hot water. You don't need a lot of hot water, and it's hot anyway here in the summer. So here we are in Spain. And I'm going to get the stairs made for the other end. It's my solar setup. I've done all this roof as well with fiberglass and rubber paint. Leaked before. Good chimneys, this house. Well, I remember I didn't show this bit. This is a big job, really. Of the job is getting your strings, so they're coming out from the fuse board inside the house, out here, and four cables going up that tube, and 2 of them are going up there for that string, put it in the summer, and then managed to get the cables into the trunking and the tubing, and I'm finishing off here now. I need some more of the grey tubing, 22 mil. I've got a bigger size because I want to get the plugs inside it. It'd be nice, and then I'll have some flexible around there and up to that panel. That's it. That's the negative. Obviously that's the positive. That's some red cable. Yeah, pleased with it though. So satisfying when you get. I wired it all up. Been working for days up there, and came back in here. Put the test meter on it. I thought 300 volts. I thought fantastic, and I only had it on that breaker loose. And I put in this box today. I've tidied up all the wiring. I had to cut out bits of this, so these would all fit in. So I've got 1, 2 strings, 3 strings, 4 strings. And they're all going in parallel to my grow watt. Just a 3.5, but it's sufficient. I think it's got a cutout, because I know someone who's got a really powerful system, and he said, yeah, in the summer when it's overloading, it just comes up and it cuts off. It's not going to let itself destroy the inversor in Spanish. So I fully charged this. I'm just waiting for some new cables to connect it. I didn't get them with cables, but it's good.